Let's just keep it on going for Madison Young. I needed $800 to keep the doors of my feminist San Franciscan art gallery open. But it wasn't just an art gallery. It was my dream. It was the dream that got me the fuck out of Southern Ohio. It was the dream that brought me to San Francisco. It was a feminist, radical art space where queer stories were told in performance and on the wall, in paintings and photographs. They were our stories being told by us. And I was a scrappy, young, and very resourceful young woman who found ways of paying for the gallery to stay open. In fact, I was part of a pretty large group of friends that I knew that were also artists by day and sex workers by night. Well, I would do things like sell my panties that were worn to pay for paint and nails for the gallery. The artists needed show cards, so I'd do a golden shower. We needed new lights for the gallery, so I started like a nude house cleaning business where I didn't really clean anything, because I'm not very good at that. So here I was again, back at my computer, looking through the Craigslist erotic section. And I happened upon a casting call for the illustrious BDSM porn company, Kink.com. Yes. And I clicked on the link and looked at the application, and I was looking at these women in these photos, and they were women. They were tall and beautiful and curvy. And I didn't look like this 15 years ago. I had a lot of piercings, and I was just, my hair. The way that I did my hair, I would take a pair of scissors and I would cut my own hair, but I would do so with my eyes closed because I thought it gave me more punk cred. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I looked like back then. And, I was like, they're not gonna hire me, but I'm gonna fill out the application anyway because, I'm a sexual revolutionary. And so I filled out the application, and I was really surprised the next day when I got this call from Mackie, the casting director, and she was like, can you come in? And I was like, yeah, I can come in. Rent is due in a couple days, so yeah, I can come in right now. I'm available now. So I dropped everything, and I made my way to this office building in the Soma that you would have no idea the kinky shit that happens in that building. And so I buzzed in. I was wearing my interview attire, my raver pants and flip-flops, and a ribbed sleeveless t-shirt that my roommate had silk screened with a very interesting vulva-shaped cloud. So I guess at that time, when I was 22, I thought that was appropriate to wear. So I make my way into Mackie's office, and I'm sitting on the casting couch, And Mackie starts asking me, okay, so can you tell me what your stage name is? And I think to myself, like, I don't really have a stage name yet. I had been using all kinds of different names as a sex worker, but I hadn't really come up with a stage name yet. So she says, okay, that's fine. How about your pain tolerance? And I liked rough sex, and I liked a nice spanking and some handcuffs, but I was new to BDSM. I really didn't know what my pain tolerance was. I was like, average? How flexible are you? Average? I did ballet when I was a teenager. I do yoga. Does that count? I don't know. How am I doing on this test? And so all of a sudden, this zany British man, also wearing flip-flops, bursts into the room. And he's all panicky. And he's like, oh no, my model is canceled. My model is canceled. Who is this? Who are you? And I looked up at Peter Ackworth, the CEO of Kink.com, and I didn't know what to say because I didn't have a name yet. And Mackie says, this is one of our new applicants, and he asks me if I'm free to shoot today. So I guess it's a good thing I wore the raver pants and flip-flops. And I told him, I was like, I didn't bring any other clothes. I don't look like those girls. And and he was like, that's fine. You don't need other clothes. It's fine. I was like, I don't have any makeup with me. I'm not wearing any makeup. And he says, it's great. You're the kinky girl next door. It's like, all right. So I go along with it because I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Rent is due, and if Karen Finley could stick a yam up her ass for art, I could stick a butt plug up mine. So I follow Peter into the basement of Kink.com where they're shooting, and he tells me it's going to be an abduction scene. Are you okay with that? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I have theater experience. And so the cameras get in position, and all the lights are in position, and someone yells, rolling, action. And so Peter grabs me and is trying to manhandle me in his flip-flops and shorts, and I'm in my flip-flops and raver pants. And then he maneuvers me into this other set, into this room, and I'm trying to put up a fight. Oh, no, don't take me in there, anything but there. And before I know it, Peter has my arms up above me and rope around my breast, around my chest, and they're cinching into me, and this is the first time I have felt rope. This is the first time I have felt sweet, natural jute rope. Oh, it is hugging tight against my body. It is becoming one with me. It is sending me into a cotton candy euphoria like I have never felt before. And the cameras that I was so nervous about, they're just like fading in the background, and all I see is like kind of a blurry image of Peter coming in and out of focus as I am in this like total subspace, like almost instantaneously. And I'm just like riding these amazing waves, and then I feel it for the first time, a whip up against my naked body. It is stinging me, it is stinging my ass, it is stinging my thighs, it is tracing up and around my breast, and I am moving towards the rope. I am allowing this electricity to flow through my body, and I am exhaling it. I am exhaling it, and it feels delicious. It tastes like wasabi in the back of my throat. Oh, so good. And then when I just think things can't get any better, no, they can't get any better. Then Peter brings this strange device close to my vulva. It's plugged into an extension cord. It has a large head on it, about the size of a tennis ball. I'm like, is that thing going inside of me? What is that? And it makes its way closer and closer to my vulva, to my clit, and my body starts to shake. And I can feel myself riding these waves of total ecstasy, and I am melting into this rope. This rope is holding me. It is saying, you are safe to let go. It is safe to surrender. Just do it. You are home. And all of a sudden, it starts rushing back to me, home, the best parts of home. The smell of autumn leaves, and the first time that I felt rope in my hands, working in the summertime with my father, doing landscaping for Madison Tree Service, our family business. And I knew, Madison, I am Madison. And I could feel it through my body. And the ropes, they were holding me. And it was a safe place. I was becoming Madison. I was grinding my cunt into that nice vibrator. And I felt it. I felt that energy flowing through my body, up through my crown, into the whole building. And I lost myself, and I found myself at the same time, right there. And slowly I found my grounding, and Peter slowly undid the ropes while a production assistant brought a water to my lips with a straw, as you do when you're in bondage. And I suckled on that water and swallowed it. Took some breaths. Put on my robe, signed the model release, and very happily took an $800 check that would keep the doors to my gallery open, thanks to the birth of Madison Young. Thank you.